Here's how we use the subconscious model to achieve these recoveries. We understand that these physical symptoms that are coming up automatically from our subconscious mind, right? So I'm having a physical symptom coming up automatically, and I have this thought coming up, ow, this hurts, and this feeling, like burning pain. If I react fearfully to the feeling, and I choose to identify and agree with the thought, if I'm reacting to the pain, I'm saying, I'm not safe. And our brain's like, got this job, survival, reproduction. Keep us safe, survive. And then how does it do that, right? Well, one of the ways is produce pain, right? Because pain is really helpful. Say I'm outside and I go for a walk and I step on some glass. I'm going to have this feeling coming up, maybe not burning pain, but I might have like stabbing pain. And I'm going to have a thought coming up as well. Stop walking. So for an acute injury, like stepping on glass, so it's really helpful in those moments. I step on the glass, I look down, oh my god, glass, this hurts, I got to get out of this. I agree with the thought, I stop walking, I find safety or something. I react, I'm like, oh my god, I need to get out of this. That's very helpful in that situation. But what if there's a chronic physiological response happening? So acute pain, helpful. I step on glass, I look down, I see the glass, I stop walking on the glass, right? But chronic pain, let's use CRPS as an example. Say I have an injury and it's been like a month now or 2 months and I still have pain. It's not helpful anymore. That's unhelpful. We change this and we turn it upside down. It's not helpful anymore. How do we get rid of this pain that is not helpful? How do we get rid of chronic pain? How do we cure CRPS? Well, to achieve these recoveries, what we've done is understand that if we identify and agree with the thoughts, and we react to the feeling, what are we telling our brain? We're telling our brain, hey, I'm not safe, right? What's our brain's job? Keep us safe. How does it keep us safe? Produces pain, right? And then we get stuck in this loop. How do we break this loop? What we do is pretty much the opposite, right? When we have the thought come up, so we say like, this thought is not mine. Even though it feels like it's mine, I know it's actually an automatic thought coming from my subconscious mind. Then we can choose. When this thought comes up, I can choose to not identify and disagree/counter the thought, which is CBT, or counter it, or ignore the thought entirely. So option 1 is CBT. And there's traps with this. The first trap is gaslighting. Fix is only counter with thoughts that feel true, right? So say like, I have this thought coming up, ow, this hurts too much. And I say, oh no, it actually doesn't hurt that much. It doesn't, that's lying to yourself. That doesn't work. When it comes up, we can say, wow, that really hurts, but I'm not going to let it hurt me anymore. I'm not going to let it get to me. I'm not going to let it annoy me. So the fix to gaslighting is only counter thoughts that feel true. The other trap is CBT itself, right? Now, the problem with CBT is once you counter a thought, sometimes another thought might come up and then you have to counter that one. And then another thought comes up and you have to counter that one. So the way we fix that is we move to option 2. Some people call it mindfulness. We're ignoring the thought without fear. Okay? Now, I'm not listening to you anymore. Knowing that, identifying and agreeing with the thoughts equals strengthening the pathway responsible for creating the unwanted physical symptoms. If I know agreeing with the thoughts will make the pain worse, why am I agreeing with them? So with the thoughts, we choose to not identify with them. Then we can disagree, counter, or ignore. With the feeling, we need to change our reaction from fear to indifference. If this pain is coming up, and I keep reacting fearfully. Oh my god, this really hurts. Oh my god, I can't handle this. What am I saying? I'm not safe, I'm not safe, I'm not safe. What's our brain's job again? Oh, keep us safe. Oh, how does it do that sometimes? Oh, it produces pain. Oh, okay, whoops. Well, I don't want pain anymore, so what am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to choose to not identify with the thoughts. I'm going to choose to change my reaction from fear to indifference. And then, whoa, now what am I telling my brain? Now I'm telling my brain, I am safe. I am safe. But brain's really trying to keep us safe. And it's like, but are you sure, Matt? Are you sure you're safe? Really? I don't think so, right? So temporarily we can have more arrows coming up. More thoughts, more feelings coming up. And our job is to just understand that, okay, that when I'm trying to like recondition my brain, it's gonna like put up a fight. It's not gonna be convinced the first time. I have to repeatedly reinforce that I am safe, that this activity is safe, that this feeling is safe, right? And what that looks like. So say I get pain every time I sit, right? Maybe there's an entrapped nerve or I have some condition, whatever. The way we achieve these recoveries is every time this thought comes up, sitting hurt, I must stand. And then I get up because of the pain. What happens to this red box? It gets bigger and this loop continues. Whereas with this retrained response, every time this guy still has pain, look, ouch, ouch. But instead of getting up because of the pain, instead of reacting to the feeling, they remain seated calmly. Instead of identifying and agreeing with the thought, oh, sitting hurts, I must stand, it's safe to sit, right? After enough repetitions, eventually our brain starts to understand that XYZ activity or sitting is safe and then stops producing the pain. Now, there are a lot of other steps to this, but this section is just on this subconscious model. We'll be continuing to release videos on how we've achieved these recoveries, and we'll make them as practical and easy to understand as possible.